great card overall.
Absolutely. Let's start at the top as we always do. Main event of the evening, RDA versus Rafael Fiziev. I mean, absolutely beautiful matchup. I'm so glad the UFC put this matchup back together because we all know what an incredible fight and what an incredible matchup it was, and it definitely lived up to the hype, in my opinion. RDA looked good, dude.
Yes, he did. Yeah, no, RDA looked fantastic. Are we good, Dev? I hear
What is
music.
It's
the
An
ad.
ad. ESPN.
Man.
Let's go.
Dang it.
I was like, is that Alexa or something?
I know. You gave me a look over there. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. And then I heard some corny music. But yeah, no. This matchup was great, man. RDA versus Rafael Fiziev. I thought Fiziev looked incredible on the feet, man. I was really blown away with that. And, often we talk about Fiziev. Does he have that 5-round cardio? He was getting a little tired there in the fourth, but just put everything together in the fifth and got that finish.
Yeah, I was nervous for RDA coming into this matchup.
Yes.
Because we all know what Fiziev can do, especially on the feet. Like, this man's Muay Thai, this man's kickboxing is an elite level. Like, some of the best Muay Thai we've seen in this lightweight division in a very long time. Like, he's going to give a lot of people a lot of danger on the feet, but RDA was doing very well, especially pushing Fiziev up against the fence. Was he landing a lot of damage in those exchanges up in the clinch? No, but he was wrapping up a guy that you need to, because if you let Fiziev fight at distance, we all saw what can happen, especially there in the fifth.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing. In those clinch situations, Fiziev was just unloading, dude. Those knees were beautiful. But Rafael dos Anjos, man, I mean, he still got it. This was a very competitive fight all the way up to that fifth round. I mean, it was super hard to score, super hard to judge.
I had it RDA 3-1 going into the fifth.
Really?
I thought RDA was winning the fight.
Wow. I wonder. I'm very curious to see what the judges had to say about that. But yeah, I had it probably 2-2, fuck it, 2-2 going into the fifth, because that's what we do here at the church. If it's close, we just say, all right, winner of the last round gets the fight. But Fiziev came out and got that early fifth round knockout. Now, let's talk about this, because I saw it online. It absolutely exploded. Everyone was freaking out. Some people thought that stoppage was early. What are your thoughts? What are your initial thoughts on that, Tabor?
Because look at the way RDA got dropped. His legs stiffened, and he dropped right to his back. And then Fiziev landed a beautiful shot again on the ground, a stiff one too. Rocked RDA again. Was RDA out cold? No, absolutely not. He wasn't. But, was he going to get out of that situation? What was going to happen there, guys? Fiziev is just going to unload strikes on the ground and hurt RDA bad. I didn't think it was early at all.
Yeah.
Sal D'Amato had it first 3 rounds for Fiziev, it looks like.
Really?
And then
What are the other ones?
Dos Anjos, 4th round. Derek Clary had it first 2 rounds for Fiziev and the next 2 rounds for Dos Anjos, so 2-2.
2-2.
And then Junichiro Kamijo had first 3 rounds for Fiziev and the 4th round for Dos Anjos.
Interesting. Okay, so it was 3-1 and 2-2 going into that fifth. So, yeah, they on 2 of the 3 judges' scorecard, they had Fiziev up 3-1. So, yeah, had that gone to decision, Fiziev would have got the job done. But, yeah, very interesting. But just a great matchup, all in a great main event too, man. I love when they put these lightweights in these smaller divisions as the main event. I love heavyweights. Don't get me wrong. I love me some heavyweights. But for 5-round main events, unless it's like a title fight, I
bantamweight,
really
lightweight, welterweight, the lighter weight classes for sure show out way better than that. Yeah. It was a fantastic matchup. I'm just going to say this over and over again. If the UFC didn't make this matchup, I would have been disappointed, because when this first got announced and then it fell through and then it got re-announced, and I was very excited, because I really wanted to see what Fiziev was going to do against a former world champion in this division and a top, I know he's 7, but let's be real. This division's so fucking stacked. If there was any other day, RDA would be a top 5 guy.
Right.
It's just, and he's that good. His wrestling was on point. We got to see how good Fiziev's takedown defense was, and then the commentator said this morning when I was rewatching this, Fiziev's got the second best takedown defense in the UFC, behind only Kamaru Usman.
Well, if you looked at the stats going into that fifth round, I believe it was 11 for 13 on takedown defense by Fiziev. I mean, that's incredible. You're talking about RDA, who can take basically anyone down and implement his will. And Fiziev was his takedown defense was beautiful, brilliant.
Yeah, it was on point. It was very on point against a fantastic wrestler, jiu-jitsu guy, and Rafael dos Anjos. Now, let's just talk about future matchups here for a minute, because RDA, I don't know. Like Teron Brown just said down in the chat, RDA versus Brad Riddell next. I'm guessing that's a great matchup too. I'm down with that one. But let's talk about Fiziev because, Bisping was trying to get him to say a name. Just say a name. Sean Selby, just give me someone good. Like, no, man, that's your opportunity to say something. Luckily, he did go back in the post-fight press conference, and he called out Justin Gaethje. That's the matchup I want to see. If it's not Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. Those men need to fight fucking down. Those men need to fight a Fiziev.
Well, both of them have had two title shots apiece and have both coming up short on both those occasions. So I completely agree. I mean, we got to start allowing some of these contenders coming up in this lightweight division to get an opportunity, to get a shot, to get a chance at a potential top 5 going into a number 1 contender spot. So yeah, I'm all for that. I definitely support Fiziev fighting a guy like Justin Gaethje or Dustin Poirier. So I love the call out.
I mean, who else? Like, who else? I mean, Chandler, maybe. I don't know. Islam.
That'd be
Islam's
a fun
getting
fight,
shot.
though. Chandler and Fiziev. That'd be a great fight.
You got Michael Chandler calling out Islam Makhachev right now, saying that those two should fight for the vacant title while, because the only person in Oliveira's mouth right now is Conor.
I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense.
It's money.
To me.
It's money.
No, yeah.
Who gives a fuck? If you want to do, okay, listen. I get it, Oliveira. You're the real champ right now. You are the champ, even though it's not, the belt isn't with you, obviously. But you know what? You're the champ. If you want to fight Conor, fine. Go fight Conor, but it's not going to be for a belt, dude.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Just go fight him in the main event, make your money, and then go fight for the belt next.
It's just there will be no more legitimacy to the rankings if Conor got an immediate.
There isn't, Denny. With Conor, that's the problem.
It's getting better though.
Conor's star is so bright. Like you throw the rankings out, it doesn't matter. Like he could lose fight after fight after fight, but they'll still throw him in a title fight because they know they're going to make buco bucks off of it.
Yeah, I think we're almost getting to a point now where, and maybe this is just because we're hardcores and watch every week, but I think we're getting to that point where it's just like, okay, no more. We can't keep throwing Conor in these situations, especially coming off 2 straight losses to Poirier. So I think it would be idiotic for them to do that. But I get Charles' side. He wants to make money and whatnot, but it's like, bro, like you're the champ. Like, yeah, you might not be the champ on paper, but you're the champ, man. You got to take on an Islam Makhachev. Mm-hmm. That's the fight I want to see.
That's the fight everyone wants to see. Like, it's the only fight to make, in my opinion. But, I mean, is that the fight that Charles wants? No. It's like his most dangerous fight for minimum amount of money or the easiest fight for him for the maximum amount of money. I mean, it's a very easy decision for him to make, in my opinion.
So if we do this, getting back to Fiziev, if we do this, Fiziev versus Gaethje, where does that leave RDA? I mean, I still believe he's a top 10 guy in this lightweight division. It was a very close fight. It was very entertaining. I thought RDA looked awesome in this fight. I know he lost, but who do we give him? I'm thinking maybe like a Matsus Gamrot. Coming off that win, I think that'd be an awesome matchup. You could do that. You could also do Tony Ferguson, RDA. I think that'd be a good matchup as well.
Here it is, RDA, Dan Hooker.
Oh no!
Dude.
I think that's kind of an insult to RDA because,
why?
he is 7. Lost. Yeah, he lost 1 fight. I mean, Dan Hooker's on a bit of a skid. That's not exactly the matchup I want to see. Let's do Dan Hooker, Jalen Turner. How about that?
I'd rather do Jalen Turner RDA, to be honest. Or they did. Chat said Brad Riddell. Brad Riddell's unranked. That'd be a little more disrespectful, in my opinion. But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to see RDA just get smashed again. I mean, Gamrot probably smashes him. Gamrot deserves a big fight. You should do like Michael Chandler Gamrot or something like that. Saryukian just coming off that loss. This is one. I know you're going to be like, dude, shut the fuck up. But this, I think you already know what I'm saying. RDA, Tony Ferguson, do the rematch.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. I mean, poor Tony. But at this point, I love Tony Ferguson, but man, if he loses his next one, it might be time. I mean, he's taking on the best of the best. Don't get me wrong. He's a top contender in this lightweight division, but in order to stay there, you gotta eventually win. And yeah, he's getting older. But Torrin Brown says, if I'm being real, guys, I think Justin G or Dustin P mops the floor with Rafael.
I'm so sorry, bro, but that's I do not think that at all. Like Fiziev's Muay Thai is probably the best we've seen in this lightweight.
Yeah, his head movement's really good too. I don't think mops the floor. I think Justin could obviously beat Fiziev. I think that's realistic, but I think it's much more competitive than what you're giving credit for there.
I think Fiziev beats him. be honest. I think Fiziev beats
Poirier. Really?
I think Fiziev beats Gaethje. Yeah.
Interesting.
I think he's just the worst thing he could do is get into a war with those guys, though. If he keeps it technical, fights around the outside, uses those beautiful body kicks, and his kicks are so good. Can you think of a better fighter right now in this lightweight division with better kicks?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Not off the top of mine either.
Tremendous kicks.
He could keep them at distance, and I really do think he could pick them apart. Like, is he going to be a flashy fight? Is he going to get a spectacular knockout? I don't know, but I definitely think he could beat them in a 3 or 5 round setting.
Right.
It's super interesting, in my opinion. Bump they need is to do Charles versus Islam, then do Conor versus Tony. That's probably not happening. Dan Hooker. Ferguson might be a good one. Rematch for their old fight. Yes, I do love Ferguson RDA. Tony Ferguson was beating Chandler until getting knocked out.
Well, I think for Conor, that's the best fight to make is a guy like Tony Ferguson who still has name recognition and is, kind of like that Cowboy Cerrone, maybe potentially on his way out. It'd be a good win for Conor to get right back in the swing of things. I think the matchup makes sense. I don't know if the UFC does that, but it is a good matchup. I mean, for Conor. But yeah, I'm. What was the other one? What was the other one?
Tony Ferguson was beating Chandler until getting knocked out. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think Chandler was looking really good in that matchup too.
He was.
It's just
judges did have Tony winning that.
Yeah, Tony won the first round though. Yeah, I was just about to bring that up.
He did. He looked really good. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He looked really good, but I thought it was only a matter of time until Chandler caught him. It is what it is.
Yep. All right. Church coin bets. I laid 2,000 church coin on Fiziev. I got a return there to minus 210, a plus 952 return. And then I also hit my prop bet. I put 500 church coin on a Fiziev KO, TKO at a plus 220 and got a return of 1,100 church coin.
Beautiful. I put Fiziev. I had 2,500 church coin on him. Give me a return of 1,190. Prop bet was Fiziev decision. Lost that one. 500 church coin. Cosmo, you had Fiziev for 500. That gave you a return of 238, and your prop was 1,000 on RDA by sub.
You lost that one.
He had two props. RDA by decision as my prop RDA by sub. Well, you lost it either way. So you lost 1,000, whatever one we went with. You lost
either way.
You lost 1,200 3 to 1 there, my guy. You gave us two prop bets for some reason. That's funny. I never noticed that till now.